sun's rays struggled to pierce the thick canopy above, lay a series of stone doors, half buried in the underbrush. They were not mere relics of a forgotten civilization. They were gateways, rumored to lead to realms beyond comprehension, realms where time twisted and reality blurred. The locals spoke of these doors with a mix of reverence and dread, their tales woven into the fabric of the night, carried on the winds that howled through the trees. The first door, known as the Gate of Eldritch Whispers, was carved from a dark, obsidian-like stone that seemed to absorb the light around it. Intricate patterns danced across its surface, depicting scenes of celestial bodies colliding and ancient beings entwined in a cosmic ballet. It stood tall, imposing, and yet eerily inviting, as if beckoning the curious to step closer, to press their hands against the cold stone and feel the vibrations of worlds unseen. Legends spoke of a time when the door was alive, pulsating with energy, but now it remained still, a silent guardian of secrets long buried. The second door, the portal of forgotten echoes, was a stark contrast, made of a pale weathered granite that glowed faintly under the moonlight. Its carvings were softer, depicting serene landscapes and tranquil waters, suggesting a world of peace and harmony. Yet those who dared to approach it often felt a chill in the air, a sense of foreboding that wrapped around them like a shroud. It was said that those who entered through this portal would find themselves in a place where memories were tangible, where the past could be relived but never changed. The third door, the threshold of lost souls, was the most feared and least visited. Its surface was marred by deep cracks and fissures, as if it had been subjected to the wrath of the elements for centuries. The stone was blackened, and the air around it was thick with an unsettling energy. Whispers of those who had vanished into its depths echoed through the woods, tales of wanderers who sought knowledge but found only despair. The door was a reminder of the price of curiosity, a warning etched into the very fabric of the stone. For centuries, these doors stood sentinel, untouched by time, until one fateful night when a figure emerged from the shadows. Cloaked in a tattered robe, the traveler approached the Gate of Eldritch Whispers with a mixture of determination and trepidation. The figure was known only as Elara, a scholar of the arcane, drawn to the legends that surrounded the ancient stones. Her heart raced as she traced her fingers along the intricate carvings, feeling the pulse of energy beneath her touch. Elara had spent years studying ancient texts, piecing together fragments of knowledge that hinted at the door's true purpose. They were not mere artifacts. They were conduits of power, capable of bridging the gap between worlds. The stories spoke of interdimensional travel, of realms filled with unimaginable wonders and horrors. But with each revelation came the weight of caution, for the doors demanded a price, a sacrifice of sorts, from those who wished to cross their thresholds. As she stood before the door, the air around her thickened, and a low hum began to resonate from the stone. It was as if the door was awakening, responding to her presence. Elara felt a surge of energy coursing through her, igniting her senses. The whispers of the ancients filled her mind, urging her to step forward, to embrace the unknown. But doubt lingered, a shadow in the corners of her thoughts. What awaited her on the other side? Was she ready to confront the mysteries that lay beyond? With a deep breath, Elara made her choice. She stepped closer, the cool stone pressing against her palm, and closed her eyes. The world around her faded, the sounds of the forest dissolving into silence as the door began to shimmer with an ethereal light. In that moment, she felt herself being pulled, drawn into the heart of the door, the fabric of reality unraveling around her. When Elara opened her eyes again, she found herself in a realm unlike any she had ever imagined. The sky was a swirling mass of colors, hues of violet and emerald intertwining like the threads of a tapestry. The ground beneath her feet was soft and yielding, covered in a carpet of luminescent moss that pulsed gently, illuminating her path. Strange flora surrounded her, plants that shimmered with a life of their own, their leaves whispering secrets in a language she could not comprehend. As she ventured deeper into this new world, Elara felt a sense of exhilaration mixed with unease. The air was thick with the scent of unfamiliar blooms, a heady aroma that intoxicated her senses. Yet there was an underlying tension, a feeling that she was not alone. Shadows flickered at the edges of her vision, darting between the trees, and she could hear the faintest echoes of laughter, a sound that sent chills down her spine. She pressed on, drawn by an invisible force, her curiosity outweighing her fear. The landscape shifted around her, morphing from vibrant meadows to dark, twisted forests, each step unveiling new wonders and horrors. She encountered creatures that defied description, beings of light and shadow that danced just out of reach, their forms flickering like candle flames. They seemed to watch her, their eyes filled with a mix of curiosity and caution, as if they were gauging her intentions. In the heart of this realm, Elara stumbled upon a gathering of figures cloaked in robes of shimmering fabric. They were the keepers of the threshold, guardians of the interdimensional paths, their faces obscured by their hoods that seemed to absorb the light around them. As she approached, they turned to her, their movements fluid and graceful, as if they were part of the very air she breathed. "Welcome, traveler," one of the keepers spoke, their voice a melodic whisper that resonated deep within her. "You have crossed the threshold, but know that your journey has just begun. The doors you seek are not just passages. They are reflections of your soul, revealing truths you may not be ready to face." Elara felt a shiver run through her, the weight of their words settling upon her like a heavy cloak. She had come seeking knowledge, but what if the truths she uncovered were too dark, too painful? Yet the allure of understanding was too powerful to resist. She had to know what lay beyond the doors, what secrets they held. The keepers gestured for her to follow, leading her through a landscape that shifted and morphed with each step. They traversed fields of shimmering crystals that sang in harmony, rivers of liquid light that flowed with a gentle hum, and mountains that towered into the swirling skies, their peaks lost in the ethereal mist. Each place they visited revealed fragments of her past, memories she had long buried, and choices that had shaped her destiny. As they journeyed, Elara felt herself unraveling, the layers of her identity peeling away like the petals of a flower. She confronted her fears, her regrets, and the weight of her ambitions. The keepers watched silently, their presence a comforting reminder that she was not alone in this exploration of self. But as the days turned into weeks, Elara began to sense a shift in the atmosphere. The vibrant colors of the realm dulled, the laughter of the creatures faded into silence, and the shadows that had once danced playfully now loomed ominously. The keepers' expressions grew somber, their movements more deliberate, as if they were preparing for a storm. Every journey has its trials, one of the keepers said, their voice heavy with foreboding. The doors you seek are not without consequence. The balance of worlds must be maintained, and the choices you make here will ripple through the fabric of existence. You must tread carefully, for the path ahead is fraught with danger. Elara felt a knot tighten in her stomach. She had sought knowledge, but what if that knowledge came at a price she was unwilling to pay? The weight of her decisions pressed down on her, and she found herself questioning everything she had once believed. As they approached the final door, the threshold of lost souls, the air grew thick with despair. The stone loomed before her, its surface cracked and blackened, a stark reminder of the price of curiosity. The keepers hesitated, their eyes filled with a mixture of concern and resignation. Beyond this door lies the truth of your soul, one of them warned, their voice barely above a whisper. But know this, the truth can be a double-edged sword. It can liberate you or consume you. You must decide if you are ready to face it. Elara stood before the door, her heart pounding in her chest. She could feel the energy radiating from the stone, a pulsing rhythm that resonated with her very being. This was it, the culmination of her journey, the moment she had sought for so long. But as she reached for the door, doubt crept in, wrapping around her like a vine. What awaited her on the other side? Would she find the answers she sought? Or would she uncover horrors that would shatter her very essence? The choice weighed heavily on her, and for a moment she hesitated, caught in the web of uncertainty. But deep within her a spark ignited, a flicker of determination. She had come too far to turn back now. With a deep breath, she pushed the door open, stepping into the unknown. The world beyond was a swirling maelstrom of light and shadow, a cacophony of voices that echoed through her mind. Memories flooded her senses, each one more vivid than the last. She saw herself as a child, laughing in the sun, the warmth of innocence wrapping around her like a comforting embrace. But then the shadows crept in, moments of pain, loss and regret that threatened to consume her. As the memories collided, Elara felt herself being pulled in every direction, the weight of her past threatening to overwhelm her. Yet, amidst the chaos, she caught glimpses of hope, moments of resilience, of strength that had carried her through the darkest of times. It was a tapestry of her life, woven together by the choices she had made and the lessons she had learned. In that moment of clarity, Elara realized that the truth was not a singular entity. It was a mosaic of experiences, both light and dark. She understood that she was not defined by her failures, but by her ability to rise from them, to learn and grow. The shadows that had once haunted her began to recede, replaced by a profound sense of acceptance. As the maelstrom subsided, Elara found herself standing before the keepers once more. Their expressions had shifted, a glimmer of pride illuminating their features. "You have faced the truth, traveler," one of them said, their voice warm and inviting. "You have embraced the light and the dark, and in doing so, you have unlocked the true power of the doors." Elara felt a surge of energy coursing through her, a connection to the very fabric of the realm. The doors were not just passages to other worlds. They were reflections of the soul, gateways to understanding oneself. She had crossed the thresholds not only to explore the unknown, but to confront the depths of her being. With newfound clarity, she turned to the keepers. "What now?" she asked, her voice steady. "What is my purpose in this realm?" The keepers exchanged knowing glances, their eyes filled with wisdom. "Your journey is far from over," one of them replied. "You are now a keeper of the threshold, a guardian of the interdimensional paths. It is your duty to guide others who seek to traverse these doors, to help them confront their truths and find their own paths." Elara felt a sense of purpose wash over her, a calling that resonated deep within her soul. She had come seeking knowledge, but she had found so much more. The doors were not just gateways to other worlds, they were mirrors reflecting the complexities of existence, the intertwining of light and dark. As she embraced her new role, the realm around her began to shift once more. The vibrant colors returned, the laughter of the creatures echoed through the air, and the shadows receded into the depths of the forest. Elara stood tall, a beacon of light amidst the chaos, ready to guide those who would come seeking the mysteries of the ancient stone doors. The whispers of the ancients filled her mind, a melody of hope and understanding. Elara had crossed the thresholds, faced the darkness within, and emerged stronger. The journey had transformed her, and now she would carry that light into the realms beyond, a guardian of the mysteries that lay hidden within the stone doors, forever intertwined with the fabric of existence.